Hello and welcome to NitPick Narrator Presents. Say, what do you get when you take a bunch of talented storytellers, millions of dollars in potential merchandise, and a company that will exploit any opportunity as long as they don't have to put any effort into it? You get Cars 2.
Sequel to the 2006 movie Cars, this is a confused, plot hole-ridden merchandising exploit that exists only to sell a buttload of toys to kids who don't know any better.
And to date is the worst rated Pixar movie ever made.
It has a 38% rating on Rotten Tomatoes and only 54% from the audience. Dang.
I should say that personally I enjoy the first Cars movie. Is it Pixar's strongest film? No.
But I think it holds up as a movie. Parts of the movie are clever, and I like the moral and the development of Lightning McQueen. The sets are fun and interesting, and really nice to look at.
The sequel, however, seems to emphasize a lot of the things the first movie didn't do so well. So let's not waste any time, which, oddly enough, this movie does very well.
The movie starts out with a YouTube video.
No doubt there is some symbolism here about the quality of this movie.
This is a spy car on a secret mission in the middle of the ocean on an oil rig, where a bunch of baddies are getting ready to do bad guy things. Oh, and I should mention that the CGI by Pixar is, as always, spectacular, and looks better than most special effects in big live-action movies. Anyway, we see another spy car, voiced by Michael Caine.
Exactly where I want to be.
Neat.
He sneaks aboard the oil rig with the help of his incredibly absurd spy gadgets. Yes, the cars apparently have a never-ending supply of over-the-top tools that are in no way grounded in the realms of reality.
And in a world where cars, who have no hands, are the only things it can create, it seems a little far-fetched that this technology can exist. But if I go over all the confusing lore of this universe, I'll be here forever. So, in a nutshell, it's confusing.
Here, we're also introduced to one of, yes, that is right, one of the main villains in this movie. This little car is Professor
Zundap?
So he sees the bad guys are looking at a TV camera that seems to be important, but to allow build-up, they do not yet explain what its purpose or function is.
What does it actually do? This camera is extremely dangerous.
What are you up to now, Professor? Leyland Turbo, this is Finn Missile. I'm at the rally point. Over.
Finn tries to contact the car we saw a few minutes ago in the video, but the bad guys seem to have caught up to him.
This is one of those British spies we told you about. Yeah, this one we caught sticking his bumper where it didn't belong.
Agent Leland Turbo.
Holy crap!
He's dead! Wow, they're setting a much darker tone for this movie. It hasn't been 5 minutes and there's a dead car!
Finn's shadow exposes him, and we have a silly little chase scene as he gets away.
It's Finn Missile!
Whoa, dang, that's another car death in like a minute!
I wonder, how exactly does a car die? Oh, sorry, I promised myself I wouldn't obsess about the canon of this universe.
He swings around like Spider-Man. Jeez, kills Lord knows how many other cars.
Okay, what is up with this movie? It isn't freaking Die Hard.
But uh-oh, Finn is cornered at the edge of the rig. What is he gonna do? Oh, he's just gonna drive off. Okay.
Bye-bye, Michael Caine. It was fun having your voice in this movie.
What? He survived?
How did he survive if that other car fell apart? Oh, whatever.
He gets blasted by a torpedo, and now he's dead.
Okay, bye for real, Michael Caine.
No! He survived that, too?
Ooh.
Jeez, what is this guy made out of? I mean, if he wasn't blown into 1,000 bits like he should have been, you'd think he'd be a little shaken up. Maybe a part would break, but nope. He turns into a submarine.
Oh, come on, this is stuff from Spy Kids. Really, Pixar? You're stealing from Spy Kids.
Anyway, the bad guys think they killed him, as I'm wondering why a car needs oxygen, when we are reintroduced to... Mater.
With Finn McMissile gone, who can stop us now?
Mater, Tow Mater, that's who.
I don't really know what to think of this character. I can't say that I don't like him.
I mean, don't get me wrong, he can be annoying, but not to the level of Jar Jar, where he's just a court jester and doesn't serve the plot at all.
But I definitely would not base the majority of this movie around this character. They do, don't they? Kill me.
He's towing in a broken down car as we slowly start to realize that he will be the focus of the movie.
Hey, don't sweat it. Shoot, these things happen to everybody, Otis.
But you never leak oil.
Did you hear that? Mater never leaks oil. That is an important plot point. Remember it. Seriously.
Yeah, but I ain't perfect. Don't tell nobody, but I think my rust is starting to show through.
Moving on, Mater is excited that Lightning McQueen is about to return. And, oh, well, there he is. That was a short payoff.
Hey, everybody! McQueen's back! McQueen's back! McQueen's back!
We finally see the main character from the first movie get his first line of dialogue.
At the 9-minute mark.
They greet each other and we get a one-line roll call of the Radiator Springs cast.
Oh, Lightning, welcome home!
Good to have you back, honey.
Congratulations, man.
Welcome home, soldier. The place wasn't the same without you, son.
What? Did he go somewhere?
How nice.
I believe they renamed the pit.
Oh yeah, and they glance at the fact that Doc Hudson died in between movies.
Duck would have been real proud of you. That's for sure.
Actually, this is a classy move, seeing how Paul Newman, the voice of Doc Hudson, died in between movies.
And I'm glad they didn't get an impersonator to do his voice just for a fourth joke.
When is the last time you cared about...
Remember, your brakes ain't gonna work on these.
Mater and Lightning spend the day hanging out and doing things they bonded over in the first movie to remind you that this one is not as good.
This ain't gonna be good.
Also, they awkwardly highlight a future character arc about a dent.
My favorite souvenir? This new dent.
Yes, dents.
That night, Lightning is having dinner at the wheel well with Sally,
Be here alone, just the two of us.
when Mater shows up and tries to hang out with him, and sneak in some Larry the Cable Guy jokes.
You're the waiter. That's funny right there. Can I start you two lovebirds off with a couple of drinks?
Yes, I'll have my usual.
Right, your usual.
Inside, there is a TV show of exposition telling about a super-duper race being held by this whatever named Sir Axelrod.
In an attempt to become the first car to circumnavigate the globe without GPS.
Huge egos are standard in all models.
And has devoted his life to finding a renewable, clean-burning fuel. Now he claims to have done it with his all-in-all.
Trust me, Mel, after seeing All in action at the World Grand Prix, nobody will ever go back to gasoline again.
Ha! Take that, oil companies!
Oh, by the way, Axelrod is voiced by comedian Eddie Izzard.
I guess cross-dressing comedians are perfect for kids' movies.
Thank God, death! Alternative energy is the future.
We are also introduced to the resident douche of the film.
A World Grand Prix competitor and one of the fastest cars in the world, Francesco Bernoulli.
He is antagonist number 2. Not really a bad guy, just a competitor, so good enough.
It is an honor, Signore Dorado, for you.
He's voiced by John Turturro, who I'm assuming is trying to get his legitimate career back after being in the Transformers trilogy.
He really needs to read scripts before he agrees to do something.
Apparently, after his very long racing season, he is taking...
Francesco mocks Lightning McQueen for opting out of the race, and Mater calls into the show to defend his best friend.
I can't talk that way about Lightning McQueen. He's the bestest race car in the whole wide world.
And of course, he makes a fool of himself.
Because he knows what's important. Every now and then, he prefers just to slow down, enjoy life.
Ah, you heard it! Lightning McQueen prefers to be slow.
Lightning gets in on the conversation to fix the idiocy of Mater and ends up joining the race.
Car that is so fragile.
Fragile! It goes a Francesco! Fragile!
He used the F word.
Well, this sounds like something that needs to be settled on the racecourse. What do you say, Lightning McQueen?
Deal me in, baby.
His team, of course, is ready to help.
Which begs the question.
If his pit crew is the gang from Radiator Springs, then why were they all happy to see him, like they've been away from him for a long time?
Continuity? What's that?
Mater's gonna have a blast, though. You're bringing Mater, right? You never bring him to any of your races.
I wonder why.
Just let him sit in the pits, give him a headset. Come on, it'll be the thrill of a lifetime for him.
Mater, how'd you like to come and see the world with me?
You mean it?
Yeah, you got me into this thing. You're coming along.
All right.
And we're off to Japan for the first race in the World Grand Prix. And I find myself not caring already. Oh, and I hope you enjoyed the characters that didn't come along for the trip. We won't see them again till the end of the movie.
Again, how nice.
We get a montage of their trip to Japan that is only slightly racist. Right? 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 Here, Mater begins his trend of what I can only call Materisms. This is when he either gets into a situation he thinks is something completely different due to his inability to understand words with multiple meanings, or he bumbles his way into a scenario that he shouldn't be in, and hilarity ensues.
Some of these are funny, most are not.
Oh hey, look who it is! It's Finn. He's here to bring back the other plot that's going on in this movie. But wait, who's this purple sweetie?
I'm Agent Shiftwell, Holly Shiftwell.
Shiftwell, why does that sound familiar? Oh yeah, Austin Powers? For Spy Kids, now Austin Powers. Really, Pixar, are these the movies you want to pay homage to?
I have a message from London.
Not here. What did they learn about the camera?
It appears to be a standard television camera. The oil platforms you were on, turns out they're sitting on the biggest oil reserve in the world.
How did we miss that?
They've been scrambling everyone's satellites.
Yeah, that might make sense, but I think the real culprit here is lazy writing.
The Americans actually discovered it just before you did. They placed...
Finn is there to retrieve some information from an American spy who was also on the oil platform.
Oh no. Change of plan. You're meeting the American.
What? Me?
Those thugs down there were on the oil platform. If they see me, the whole mission is compromised.
But before that can happen...
We need another Materism so it can be referred to later in the story.
He mistakes wasabi for pistachio ice cream and ends up eating a huge gulp.
Keep it coming. A little more. Come on, let's go. It's free. You're getting there. Scoop, scoop. There you go. Now that's a scoop of ice cream.
He runs, whatever, over to the main stage, where Axelrod is announcing the racers. This happens conveniently when McQueen is being introduced. Lightning is embarrassed not only by his bumbling, but also he's leaked oil in front of everyone.
He's a little excited, isn't he?
Mater?
But wait, Mater, it was established earlier that you never leak oil. Could this be a plot point? No, that'd just be ridiculous.
He goes to the bathroom to have Materism number 1276 with the overly complicated toilet they have.
How does a car even use the bathroom? Ugh.
All I can wonder is if those things give happy endings or not. I'm awful. The American agent comes to the same bathroom to meet up for the drop-off, but the baddies are there waiting to steal the information from him.
Whatever you do, I would not go in there.
To keep the information safe, the agent places the device on Mater's undercarriage.
Implausible misunderstandings. Engage!
He's in the loo.
Lou.
This cannot be him.
Is he American?
Look out, ladies. Mater's fitting to get funky.
Extremely.
Okay, that's funny.
The agent doesn't suspect Mater isn't the American spy because the pass go to something he knows about mechanics.
Well, of course it doesn't. That's because it's air cooled.
Perfect. You're right. Impossible to know which areas here are compromised.
Even though they could hand it over in like 3 seconds and no one would be more the wiser.
To races.
Got it. We'll rendezvous then.
He mistakes this for meaning she wants a date.
Hey, there she is. Hey! Hey, lady! See you tomorrow!
Non ci credo.
Guido still don't believe you.
Next, we see that the bad guys have captured the real American agent and are holding him prisoner as they reveal their evil plan.
All in all, thanks, fellas. I hear this stuff is good for you.
So you think?
All in all by itself is good for you. But after microscopic examination, I have found that it has one small weakness. When hit with an electromagnetic pulse, it becomes extremely dangerous. You were very interested in this camera on the oil platform. Now, you will witness what it really does. This camera is actually an electromagnetic pulse emitter. The all in all is now heating to a boil. After full impact of the pulse, unfortunately, there will be nothing to replace.
The Ford Pinto will be laughing at this stuff.
You talked up a lot of cars last night. Which one's your associate? Her. Did you give it to her? How about him? Did you talk to him? Does he have it?
That's him. He's the one.
The bad guys are ready to track down Mater to get the device when they kill the agent in a fiery explosion!
It's pretty gruesome for a film that has this. What's the tone of this movie again?
Also, this has to be the worst agent ever. He so obviously revealed that he put the device on Mater.
Anyone can figure that out.
Next is the first race of the World Grand Prix, and all the racers are using All in All as their fuel. Lightning and Francesco have some back and forth. It drags, and it's annoying.
Triple speed. Francesco is triple speed.
The race begins, and Lightning and Francesco pass everyone in front of them no problem.
I guess the other racers wanted to be polite.
The agents are also there to retrieve the device from Mater.
Why is he in the pits? He's so exposed.
It's his cover. One of the best I've seen, too. Look at the detail on that rust. It must have cost him a fortune.
Not too bright, is he?
And then we find out who's behind all this.
As they head into the palace hairpin, Francesco builds in a...
So the race goes on, it's not exciting, and we see McQueen drip so he can make some sort of tie into the first movie.
Sorry, I had to.
Now the racers hit the Rainbow Bridge with its 360-degree loop.
Okay, no more, I swear.
Meanwhile, the bad guys are using the EMP camera to burn out the racers. At the same time, they notice Mater is in the pits and begin to pursue him.
You're kidding me.
What is it?
It's that tow truck. He's in the pits.
Not for long.
He's not the only one here.
The agents see that he is in trouble and go after Mater to protect the information.
Finn? Finn, where are you?
Get him out of the pits, now!
Can you hear me? Over.
Holly, somehow, hacks into Mater's headset and talks him to a safe place. However, Lightning can hear everything Mater is saying, and it starts to mess with his racing.
No, don't go in anywhere. Just keep moving.
Stay outside. Gotcha.
Outside? Whoa! The Queen suddenly moves to the outside.
Weird, no one can hear her on a shared frequency.
And here they come, the two leaders.
This causes Francesco to win the race, and he proceeds to act like a jerk.
McQueen's number 2.
Strategia. Francesco needs no strategy. It's very simple. You start the race, wait for Lightning McQueen to choke, pass him, then win. Francesco always wins.
There's a hilariously ridiculous fight scene in the alley as Finn tries to fend off some goons. After the race, Lightning confronts Mater in the pits and scolds him for completely blowing the race.
Things at me while I was racing.
Yelling? Oh, you thought... Oh, that's funny right there.
Mater tries to explain what happened, but because he can only speak in Materisms, Lightning has no idea what he's saying and doesn't believe him.
Flamethrower?
Your date?
She started talking to me as a voice in my head, telling me where to go.
What? I lost the race because of you. Imaginary girlfriend? Flamethrowers? You know, this is exactly why I don't bring you along to these things.
Jeez, Lightning, calm down. I mean, I know you just lost a big race, but you got second. That's not bad. And besides, that's their best friend you're yelling at, or so you say. In fact, you should be yelling at Sally. She's the one who made you bring him along. Actually, What was Mater doing telling you what to do in the first place?
In the first movie, Doc was McQueen's crew chief, but Doc died in between movies.
So who took over?
Mater obviously didn't, because they said he'd never been to a race. Does that mean Sarge was his crew chief? He could have done a good job. The only way Mater could have been crew chief is if Doc had died right before the last Piston Cup. And if that's the case, they don't seem very sad about it.
God, this movie has almost as many plot holes as Transformers 2. Almost.
The next day, Mater goes to the airport to catch a flight back to America because he no longer wants to be a hindrance to Lightning.
Kochira, Dozo, come with me, please, sir.
Somehow, Finn McMissile knew this, and is there at the airport to retrieve the device with the picture on it.
I never properly introduced myself. Finn McMissile.
Insert over-the-top chase scene / action sequence here.
Whatever you do, don't stop!
You got it, mate. Hey, doggone it, look! Hold on!
I hope that device didn't fall off.
On the plane, they finally analyze that photo taken on the oil platform.
Finally, time to see who's behind all this.
But whose engine is this, Mater?
Well, it's kind of hard to tell from his picture.
But Mater's encyclopedic knowledge of car mechanics leads them to the next clue.
See how he's had most of his parts replaced? And see all them boxes over there? Them's all original parts. They ain't easy to come by.
I know of a black market parts dealer in Paris, and he's the only car in the world who can tell us whose engine this is.
Okay, but you know I'm just a tow truck, right?
Right, and I'm just in the import-export business.
Man, Finn is an idiot.
Sidley?
Yes, Finn?
Paris.
So because the writers felt that kids wouldn't sit still if they don't move around every 5 minutes, we're off to our next location.
Don't bother checking VIN numbers for criminal records.
At the black market, they try to meet up with a strange 3-wheeled car, who will tell them who bought the rare parts. But not without a completely pointless chase scene first.
Lost your mind.
You rusty piece of junk! Get you dirty hook of me! Electroshock! Are you kidding me?
Easy, Tombe. This is her first field assignment. She didn't know you were my informant.
Informant?
If he's an informant, then why was that chase scene 2 seconds ago necessary?
I know they shouldn't talk about sensitive stuff out in the open.
Wouldn't it have been a lot simpler just to say,
we need to talk, but not out in the open. Oh, I know a spot. Okay, let's go. I'm sure glad we didn't need a forced chase scene for this. Me too.
That is the worst motor ever made. Wait, that oil filter, those wheel bearings. I sold them.
To whom?
No idea. He's my best customer.
Finn, everyone involved in this plot is one of history's biggest losers.
So we learn that all the cars involved in the evil plot are...
Lemon.
Yeah, you know, cars that don't ever work right.
Lemons. Wait, what?
Gremlin, Pacer, Hugo, and Trunkov never get together. But they are having a secret meeting in 2 days. Porto Corsa, Italy.
That's where the next race is.
So we're going to a new place again. But before that can happen, the rest of the mystery gang, I mean Team McQueen, visit Luigi's family, where some character development is quietly waiting for them.
Is a problem, yes?
Guido's uncle talks to Lightning to give him some wise words of wisdom.
Hears one word and understands 2. This Mater is a close friend?
He's my best friend.
Then why would you ask him to be someone else?
Because he's an idiot. There's being yourself, and then there's being tactful.
I mean, this guy borders on being a Looney Tune. Oh, I mean, delightfully quirky and charming.
I tell them, Eva bene, it's okay to fight. Everybody fights now and then.
Especially best friends. But you gotta make up fast. No fight more important than friendship.
He should have also told him not to be a moron when it comes to the most important position on something so vitally important to his racing.
Enough of that. Back to Mater. Because who cares about morals and character, right? Let's give him more tools to be goofy with.
Voice activated. But, you know, everything's voice activated these days.
What? I thought you were supposed to be making me a disguise.
Voice recognized. Disguise program initiated.
Cool. Hey, computer, make me a German truck.
Request acknowledged.
Check it out. I'm wearing Mater hosen.
Okay, seriously, what is up with the Kim Possible gadgets? Oh yeah, I watched Kim Possible. Love it.
Dear, that's no good.
Hey, what are you doing?
The disguise won't calibrate effectively without a smooth surface to graft onto.
Which is bullcrap because it was fine 2 seconds ago when he was doing this.
Make me a monster truck.
Request acknowledged.
What the? I want to siphon your gas.
Holly tries to fix it, but Mater won't have it.
Yes, I was.
Well, then, no thank you. I'm gonna get them dents buffed, pulled, filled, or painted by nobody. They way too valuable.
Your dents are valuable.
Hey, a piece of that character arc that hasn't been mentioned since the beginning of the movie. It's nice to see you again.
My line of work is towing and salvaging.
Right, and Mischief Wells is designing iPhone apps.
No, I meant for real.
Oh yeah, and Finn is still an idiot.
So now on to location number 256, the racetrack in Italy.
An independent panel of scientists has determined that all in all is completely safe, okay? Safe. There it is.
Before the race starts, there's more banter between McQueen and Francesco. And it's still not funny, and it's still annoying.
Oh, great. Here it comes. What do you got, Francesco? Exactly.
Of course, I am at home.
We get it. The other race car is a jerk. Start the race. Oh, okay, thanks. Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom, Mater is getting ready to infiltrate the meeting of the Lemons, but not before Finn tells him something Lightning should have told him a very long time ago. He's freaking stupid.
Tow truck, and you'll be fine.
Well, it's just that them guys look pretty tough. And wait, did you say idiot? Is that how you see me?
That's how everyone sees you. Isn't that the idea? No one realizes they're being fooled because they're too busy laughing at the fool. Brilliant.
Well, no time to take in that character turning point because we need to get the stupid plot moving.
Time, go!
Okay. Computer, disguise.
Request acknowledged.
Inside, all the lemon heads are gathered, as the big boss gives a monologue divulging the entire evil plot. And of course he's not there, he has to communicate via TV to allow this sense of mystery.
This was meant to be alternative fuel's greatest moment. After today, everyone will race back to gasoline. And we, the owners of the world's largest untapped oil reserve, will become the most powerful cars in the world.
Hey, I have something to say. Why is your voice scrambled? They know who you are. What's the need for secrecy?
It's a world made entirely of vehicles. Oil would be like food and water to us. Also, how did the Lemons acquire this untapped oil deposit? And I'm sorry, I still don't buy that no one ever discovered it.
There's no way this is even slightly plausible.
Oh well, whatever. We've gone too long without a chase, so let's set one up. Finn and Holly spot the EMP camera, which has been toasting cars the entire time, by the way, and Finn races to stop it.
It's the camera.
Where?
On the tower.
Get out of the way!
Wow, how did he not notice a helicopter with a huge electromagnet?
Remember how I said earlier that that American agent is the worst spy ever? Well, I was wrong. It's totally this guy!
I mean, come on, Inspector Gadget could figure out more than this guy could. In fact, this guy is Inspector Gadget. Think about it. He has way too much inexplicable techno-nonsense. He has a female counterpart who does all the brain power for him, and he always takes the credit for it. Spy Kids, then Kim Possible, now Inspector Gadget. Any more movies or TV shows you want to take terrible aspects from? Ugh, this movie's so stupid, I feel like I'm projecting forward in time. Wait, what? My hair, it's shorter, and I've grown a slight beard, and... So, they crash the rest of the cars, Lightning wins the race, and Francesco is a prick.
Let's go second, and they have no idea what happened behind them.
This is impossible.
After this, Axelrod finally decides it's time to remove All in All as mandatory fuel, because You know, it's almost killed most of the racers.
Require all the racers to still run on all in all.
Here he comes.
I cannot, in good conscience, continue to risk the lives of any more race cars. The final race will not be run on all in all.
There you have it. A clearly devastating.
This is met with much elation from the baddies. But hold up, Lightning McQueen is...
For the final race, do you have any idea what it's going to be? All in all.
No, Lightning, you can't, it's too dangerous.
All in all, must be finished for good. McQueen cannot win the last race. Lightning McQueen must be killed.
Upon hearing this, Mater blows his cover and then escapes to warn McQueen that his life is in danger.
Shoot, I didn't mean...
Request acknowledged.
What am I watching? But Mater is captured along with Holly. Mater is knocked out, and we get a lazy dream sequence where Mater feels ashamed of how much he's been embarrassing McQueen and everyone around him. This is completely pointless because every time anyone has told him to act differently, he never seems to try to correct his behavior. After that, we see Mater and the spies are tied up.
Holly! Finn! Where are we?
We're in London, Mater. Inside Big Bentley.
I would like to point out that this is about the time that everyone has in fact killed themselves due to the barrage of terrible car jokes. Seriously, they never stop. Tied up, he finally convinces them he's not a spy.
Mater, I was complimenting you on what a good spy you are.
I'm not a spy! I've been trying to tell you that the whole time. I really am just a tow truck.
This comes across as also incredibly lazy, because all he had to do was yell at them. Why couldn't he have just said that earlier when he was in other potentially life-threatening situations?
This is all my fault.
And it's come to this point because of what? The incompetency of these two supposed intelligence agents. And this.
Is he American?
Look out, ladies. Mater's fitting to get funky.
Extremely.
I'm starting to really hate that joke. So the race starts, and it looks like it's all over for Lightning McQueen. What?
What happened?
The power of lightning!
I don't know, Professor. It should have worked.
What did you do?
I didn't do nothing.
So yeah, the buildup of all those other scenes with their friendship and the TV camera disappointingly results in a simple sparing of lightning. I can't take much more of this. But the bad guys have another trick up their sleeve.
We go to the backup plan. We snuck a bomb in McQueen's pit.
The next time he makes a stop, instead of saying ka-chow, he's gonna go kaboom.
And now, huh?
Mater is able to escape, and the Dent story arc comes to a close with this.
You can do that.
What about you guys?
We'll be okay.
Go and get some more dents, Mater.
Character arc number 1, finished. And then of course the agents escape, in an even more improbably convoluted manner.
Just reverse the polarity.
Burn rubber!
Oh, I'm not even going to comment, I've given up.
We've got to get to the course. Calculate the fastest way to...
Done.
Oh, Miss Schiffwell.
The standard issue now.
You kids get all the good hardware.
So they went to all the trouble of tying them up, but didn't even drain their gas tanks. Mater arrives at the pits to warn everyone about the bomb, but it turns out the bomb is on Mater as a backup plan.
The bomb is on you. They knew you tried to help McQueen. When we were knocked out, they planted it in your air filter.
What the heck is this? The bomb is on Mater? That makes no sense. Why'd they tie him up? Oh, were they just hoping he'd somehow escape the ropes and giant gears of death below him?
What is happening? Is a bad dream.
I feel you, bro. So we go through another chase scene, but I guess what else can you do in a movie about cars?
I'm the bomb!
Yes, Mater, you are the bomb. That's what I'm trying to say here. You've always been the bomb, and you'll always be the bomb.
Gotta keep away from McQueen.
Request acknowledged.
Oh my gosh!
McQueen is now safe from harm, and Finn captures Professor Z. Exactly how do they tie him up? And what would it really do? Why am I stopping? The movie's almost over. But the bomb is still on Mater, and they need Professor Z to deactivate it.
Say it.
Deactivate?
Voice denied.
What?
Oh, I'm not the one who activated it. Would anyone else like to try it?
Huh, that's kind of funny too. It is way too late to redeem yourself now, movie.
No. Well, what's he saying? What's wrong?
So after that, Mater somehow figures out who's behind all this, and races over.
Get it. I get it. I know what needs to be done.
Now let's go.
All right. Hang on.
Where's he going?
Oh god, no, this part. Get this. To reach the mastermind of the plot before the bomb explodes, Mater uses the rockets and parachute to fly over London. I remember when I saw this in the theater, this is the point when I took a moment to think to myself, why did I pay money to see this? So yeah, they fly to Buckingham Palace, and Mater is ready to make his final accusation to who's behind the entire plot.
It's him.
What? Me? You got to be crazy.
Axelrod? The alternative fuel guy?
I figured it out when I realized y'all attached this ticking time bomb with Whitworth bolts. The same bolts that hold together that old British engine from the photograph.
Mater, why would he want to hurt anyone?
To make all in all look bad, so everybody go back to using oil.
What?
He created all in all.
Yeah, but what if he found that huge oil field just as the world was trying to find something else?
What?
What if he came up with all in all just to make alternative fuel look bad?
What?
Say you are! Deactivate!
Bomb deactivated. Have a nice day, Sir Axelrod.
That's the most retarded plan I've ever heard in my entire life. That is stupid. That is just wacko.
No, I'm wacko.
Shut up. If they had really found an alternative fuel, why didn't they just make that and oil? They'd get even more money. And also, how did Mater even figure out that Axelrod was the mastermind? What, because he's British? Like the engine in the photo? There were tons of British cars. It could have been anyone. That makes no sense. Jeez, Pixar movies have the complexity of a Scooby-Doo episode with a Captain Planet villain thrown in. So Axelrod is defeated, Mater is knighted, and I still don't care. But wait, there's still one thing I want to know. How did the camera thing not kill lightning?
Wait a second, Fillmore. You said my fuel was safe.
If you're implying that I switched out that rot-gut excuse for alternative fuel with my all-natural, sustainable, organic biofuel just because I never trusted Axelrod, you're dead wrong, man. It was him.
Okay, I guess that would make sense if, maybe you'd have a 2-second scene of them reconciling their differences or something like that. But I guess you can't make cheap plastic cars out of that now, can you?
Once big oil, always big oil.
I guess that's our moral. So that's Cars 2. Boy.
The Radiator Springs Grand Prix is about to begin.
No. I don't care what your stupid little wrap-up is. I don't want to hear it.
It does sound a bit far-fetched.
Ollie, what are you doing there?
Hello, Mater.
No, not gonna listen.
We couldn't figure that one out either.
Our investigation proved that all in all was actually...
Okay, fine. What is it?
proved that all in all was actually gasoline, and Axelrod engineered it so that when it got hit by the beam, it would explode.
No. 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 No, you can't do that, movie. No. How is that even possible? You're trying to make me buy that in a world entirely of cars, no one noticed that it was just normal gasoline. That makes no sense. Not to mention it's incredibly insulting. Gah! John Lasseter, I am disappointed. I mean, seriously, what happened? My guess is this movie was rushed. It had to have been. There is no way Pixar, which has brought us great movie after great movie, put all their effort into this. This was obviously an excuse to sell more toys. One of the biggest problems with this movie is Mater. Not him as a character, he's fine, and sometimes can be funny. But he should not have been the focus. He's a sidekick. The whole spy plot shouldn't have been the focus either. This is a movie about cars. It should be about racing and how that affects the characters. We want to see Lightning McQueen, and he's not even in it that much, nor is the racing plot. And it's actually McQueen's story. He's the one who changes. He's the one who learns to appreciate his friend for who he is. And all he does is just zoom around and provide stupid banter. And of course more toys to sell. But the main problem is the plot. It is a tragic mess. The plot holes, continuity issues, and lack of focus makes this movie really hard to enjoy. Plus it can't sit still for 3 seconds. So, Cars 2 is a bad Pixar movie. But only because it comes from Pixar, which usually makes a lot higher quality stories than this. I can see this being a movie you really like as a kid. Then as you get older, you realize how subpar it is. Hey, it's worlds better than the majority of DreamWorks pictures that have come out in the past decade. Save a few. But we all really expected something better from Pixar. I'm the NitPick narrator. I hope you enjoyed my little review. Thanks for watching, and now if you'll excuse me, I need to go buy some toy cars. Yeah, toy cars. I really think I should go out and get some right now.
Like a good neighbor, Mater.